So now we're going to go onto the new lava where they constructed just a road across the lava. We don't want the tires to melt.
How much more?
How much more you can take?
As a scientist?
As a scientist, first of all. What is the most beautiful thing of volcanoes? What is your favorite thing?
Of course, it's also been really tragic for people to lose their homes in Grindavik.
So, I mean, we like to get opportunities to study the Earth, but not on the cost of people living in the environment.
Like, we are living on this island and we have to live with these constant volcanic threats. So I think it's good to have an opportunity to train at least these skills, you know, to handle all of this.
So I said it was the 7th eruption. We're waiting for number 8, but
Yeah.
of course we had 3 eruptions in 21, 22 and 23 in the system, neighboring system. And now you see the lava's coming across the road here. You see all that black area?
Yeah.
Those are some of the new lavas that crossed the road. So now we're going to go onto the new lava where they constructed just a road across the lava.
And in how exciting moment we are for you.
Well, I mean, for us as scientists, it's, of course, every eruption provides a new opportunity to study how the Earth works.
Yeah.
But the events occurring here close to Grindavik has been, I would say, less exciting for us because of the impact on the people living here. So here you see part of the old road when it was paved. These are the protective barriers. You see, these have been built to keep the lava out. And when the next eruption starts, they will hurry in with huge bulldozers and close this gap.
They have made just here because you have kind of calculated that it might come here.
Yeah. So that's based on lava flow modeling. So, I mean, we like to get opportunities to study the Earth, but not on the cost of people living in the environment. So.
Yeah.
I think this has been quite a different kind of period because of all the consequences.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I will just throw it away. I asked Adis about it, and she said, "Ask Árni."
Yeah, because.
Okay. But other than, I will just throw it. She said, "Don't touch it. It's waste. It's It's musty.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
But don't throw the
No,
solution.
no, I will not throw away that one.
Okay.
I promise. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
How much more eruptions Iceland can take, in your opinion?
As a scientist,
As a scientist, first of all.
this is very exciting time. When we have volcanic eruptions, it is a very exciting time. But it's at the same time it's a lot of work and a lot of stress that is put on the scientists because the society wants to know a lot, and for their safety, for their curiosity. But the volcanoes can release a lot of gases that can be dangerous for humans. So for me, looking into those environmental aspects is very important because it relates to the people and the animals that live around it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a tough time. But you see here, they're taking the fish from the boat. So there's still activities going on. You see the offset there? That is due to this whole thing slumped down.
Oh.
Okay, so there wasn't a hill here before. But you see this offset? It was just created during this one night. But there's a huge fracture in the ground
Yeah.
inside the house. So it's completely destroyed.
And this happened more than 1 year ago.
Yeah. And of course these fractures are extremely deep and they sort of collapse with time. And that's why the whole area is sort of has been unsafe because there's so many fractures. It's all over and it's different sizes. And actually it's really sad. One of the workers that started filling in the fractures, he disappeared into one of these fractures and he was never found.
Yeah.
So he died trying to sort of mend the surface expression of these fractures very early on.
Yeah.
Here, see these pieces in the moss?
Yeah.
These have come from the eruptive vents. They're so light that they
Yeah,
like
they-
blow at far distances. This is the extent of this lava. It's tiny, but you can see it just took out the 3 houses here on the edge of town. So when we stand here also, all the way along the distance there, you can see this black wall. That's the protective barriers to protect the town.
Yeah.
So there's like lavas coming on both sides of town, but then part of that lava entered into the ground along the fissure and then it re-entered here. So it resurfaced and created this tiny little flow field and took out the houses there. But you know, if we have many more eruptions and if they keep increasing in size, that could potentially start becoming a real problem because there may be a limit for the amount of barriers that you can install.
Yeah.
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 But that's a question for the future.
Yeah.
interesting.
What for you is most interesting about the eruptions?
I think the most interesting thing is since we haven't seen an event like this for decades in Iceland, it's been interesting to see how just society is responding to it. Because we've had eruptions, of course, but not multiple ones coming so closely together. And it's been interesting to see like the development or like how people's responses to it have evolved. Of course, it's also been really tragic for people to lose their homes in Grindavik, but it's also been nice to see how the government kind of has been coming together and like helping people in this difficult situation. But mainly also, of course, it's the scientific angle. It's really interesting to see what's going on. You know, why is this happening now? How long will it go on? What is the big picture in all of this?
I have talent for that.
So this is what it looks like. And you can see it's incredibly light as well.
Yeah, it's like a sponge.
Yes, it is. You can basically see there's a lot of like holes in it, and yeah, it's difficult to make a thin section out of.
Yeah, it crumbles. Or
It
what?
crumbles, and yeah, so it's just a difficult piece of sample to work with.
Yeah.
Get the gas mask.
What is the most beautiful thing of volcanoes? What is your favorite thing?
It's just we know so much already, but there's still so much to learn about what is going on in the Earth's mantle and what is the composition of the rocks that are down there in the mantle. And it's so interesting that we have these methods that we can use to see what is going on down there, because the mantle is so deep that we cannot really dig a hole and go down there to get rocks. But whenever we get an eruption like the ones that have been going on Reykjanes for the past years, we always get an opportunity to take a look at what is going on down there. So that is really interesting.
Are you excited to waiting for a next eruption?
Um,
Or is it already enough?
Currently not, because I have so much work already in the lab. I don't want to have more samples that I have to work with. But of course, there's always this excitement when there's a new eruption, and it's fun to see your coworkers also be excited about getting new results and like how is this event or these events evolving, basically.
Well, I love seeing an eruption that is going on. It's just the most beautiful thing you can imagine. It's the lava coming out, this like red glow in the night. It's just, you know, you're so close to like the earth and that like new land is formed, and it's just so fascinating.
Like we are living on this island and we have to live with these constant volcanic threats. So I think it's good to have an opportunity to train at least these skills, you know, to handle all of this.
Yeah, to be prepared for the future.
Yeah, to be prepared, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And why the volcanic eruptions are important for the research you're doing?
They are important because they give us information about the behavior of the system. If we can get to know the system a little bit better, maybe we can predict its behavior in the future. So it's like, I don't know, getting to know a person.
Why you are studying volcanoes? What is fascinating of them?
Well, there's a very short answer, and that is, I mean, most kids find volcanoes fascinating, and I just never grew up. That's the very short answer. But of course, a bit longer is it's a lot of science, but you have to mix it in with a lot of imagination, and that's what I like about geology, that you can actually explore also a bit more in your mind and not only having the mathematical equations to understand what is really going on in the ground. That I think that is very exciting.